up, everybody, and welcome to the Shared Screens podcast. We have a smaller episode today. It's me, your host, Jordan Deeb. Joining me today is Alec Bobko.
Hello.
And LeighErin Jess.
Hi.
So, guys, how's our week going? I know it's a short week. Thanksgiving's coming up.
Dude,
I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation already. So I literally worked my one day this week. I got nothing to do the rest of the week. So I am feeling great.
Good for you.
I have family coming on Wednesday, and I have to clean so that they don't realize that I live like a goblin because of school.
I know that.
I feel like that would be the worst part of living alone, is just knowing that, like, I'm okay living in squalor, but guests don't want to see that, let alone my parents.
Well, the problem is the last week of the month is always when my finals are due, and my entire brain is just finals. So nothing else gets done around, like laundry piles up, everything piles up. And like I had a class end last week. My new class started today. So I've been living like a goblin for like 4 weeks, like a whole week now. Did you not? Thank you. Sorry.
How's your week?
So yeah, it's been
My week's been good. So I mean, I keep forgetting this week's Thanksgiving. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why that's happening. It's never happened before, but I
feel like a lot of people have this year. Just forgot that Thanksgiving's this week.
Yeah, and then I work retail, so Black Friday is gonna be great. But luckily, unlike Black Friday itself, I'm just working a regular ass shift.
True.
But the day before and the day after, fantastic.
I'm gonna be in Disney on Black Friday. I'm so excited. I'm more excited for that than I am for Thanksgiving, to be 1,010% honest.
I'm assuming they probably get like no crowds because everyone's out shopping, right?
In the morning, you tend not to get a lot of crowds because people go shopping. They tend to pick up later in the day, and since it's my parents' first time to Disney, we're going for the full day. But
nice.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm amped.
I already did my Black Friday shopping. Every year they do the or some store tends to have a deal on Game Pass Ultimate. So like they have the cards that's $45 for 3 months. Well, every year that seems to be a sale. This year I happened to be at Target where it's down to $25 for 3 months. So got a year of Game Pass Ultimate for $100.
There you go.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I have 5, at the bare minimum, 5 people to get gifts for, and I know what I'm getting one of them. And I have no idea where to start for the other 4.
That's about where I'm at for all my gift giving.
Yeah.
And
I'm talking just regular gifts. I'm not even talking like stocking stuffers or like something else I might find or Secret Santas I have to do.
See, I'm poor, so it's just not even a conversation for me. My parents were never big Black Friday people, and then when I got to college and like could do Black Friday on my own if I wanted to, I was like, I don't like crowds is the thing. I don't like people being anxious. Yeah, see, that's what if I do Black Friday deals, it is all online. I have no interest to step foot in a shopping center on Black Friday. There are too many crowds, there are too many people, everybody's being crazy. I can't I would rather be anywhere else in the world.
So the one time I actually did it was I was at a Best Buy, but it was like 1 p.m. because I had like stuff to do in the morning. And that was the one time I think I got like Batman the Animated Series. It was on sale for like, I want to say like 30 or $40. I bought it for went from like 80, something like that. So deal worked out, and it came with a digital code, so I have it on Voodoo. So don't even need the actual discs anymore.
It's very fun to me because Jordan's holiday weekends are always like an event, and mine are always just kind of like, I don't know, like a day, kind of.
Between like how hard my family goes and the fact that I've been working retail consistently, my holiday week is always just wild.
It's always wild. I'm just like, no, I'm just chilling. Even when I was still living at home, like, I don't have a big family, so like it's not like we go like buck wild for Thanksgiving because there's usually only like 7 of us max because I just have such a small family.
I was the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
We're all spread out this year. It's wild for the first time.
Oh,
Um,
this is the first time.
yeah, because my grandmother and my great aunt are going to see my sister, her husband, and her kids in Florida, and my parents are coming to see me. I think my
Wow.
aunt is also going to my sister's, but I don't remember. I told you I got a really small family.
No,
And
no,
then
but I'm thinking just because so my family is pretty big but relatively split out. But of the people that live around me, I have my family and then two of my mom's brothers, and they each have three kids, right? And
Mhm.
then my dad's sister is around here, and her husband come. So there's always at least that has been consistent the past few Thanksgivings. And I used to joke that Thanksgiving for me never felt special because I see my mom's side of the family weekly. Like we used to just have dinner all the time. So I was like, Thanksgiving is just a regular Sunday for us, but on a Thursday with different food. But over the past few years, it's actually started to feel special again because me and my cousins are so close and we all would go away for college. And so Thanksgiving would be the first time in months that we're all together. But similar to what you're saying there, and like this year, one of my cousins' families are actually going to a uncle of ours that's all the way in New Mexico. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Me and my
not going to
sister
have as many
within
people here.
Yeah. Me and my sister just within like 6 months of each other were like, "Let's move out of the state." At least a flight away, because they live in Florida, so for my parents, like, they have to fly. Because it's a 24-hour drive, and if they wanted to drive to see me, I think that would take, like, a week
A
or
week,
something
yeah.
like that. So,
Listen, they should rent an RV and just have an adventure.
they would never both of my parents hate camping. They hate staying in anything, like, below a four-star hotel. They will make sure that when we're going places, they would rather we do less or be able to stay less, but stay less for a shorter amount of time, but stay in a nicer place. Because they don't like their parents used to force them to go camping and stay in, like, Motel 6s and stuff like that. Now they're like, "No, I'm
See,
done."
that's my family. My family's like, no, let's do nicer things and just find a bed.
Yeah, no.
Like, well, they use the hotel to cut costs.
My dad's like, I have big boy money now, so I wanna
They
stay
don't
in a
want to
nice
recreate the
hotel."
movie RV.
No. We have
God
never
bless JoJo, my first celebrity crush.
She was at the AMAs last night for, like, the first time in, like, 20 years.
Oh yeah, she
Which is
saved it.
wild to me because she did not release an album this year to my knowledge, but
No,
I don't know. Yeah, no, we never are none of that was ever a plan with my family. We're bougie when it comes to hotels, it's bad, but we're small, we can be. Like, you have Jordan, your family's 6 of you.
hmm
That should not have taken. I should have been able to do that off the top of my head,
especially
but
because I said it like 20 minutes ago.
yeah, I should be able to do that off the top of my head, but your family's like 6 of you, we're 4.
Yeah,
Like,
so it's
Yep.
two and two. It's
it's 1
usually
room.
pretty easy.
It's just 1 room with 2 queen beds.
Oh,
Me and my sister shared, and
my
my parents
family's
shared.
got in one room before, and just someone ends up on the floor or on a couch, or we get like a deluxe room that has a pull-out bed.
Mhm. We make sure. Um, yeah, I don't know. Thanksgiving also used to be stressful for me before I moved and, like, when I was in college because I worked in food service. Like, I worked at a deli that smoked its own meats and sold turkeys. So, like, the day before Thanksgiving was the worst day of my life for, like, 5 years in a row.
Yeah,
Because
with
like
my. Go ahead.
God. Oh, it's just like everybody's coming in to get turkeys and to get pies, and, like, people who have forgotten about things and never ordered anything are, like, bitching because we don't have extras, and it's just chaos all day. And just who ordered this one, and is it getting picked up, and, like, is it ready for them to go, and are they getting other things? Are they getting catering? Like, awful, awful.
Yeah. No, the day before Thanksgiving is also was hectic for me up until last year because of my dad owning a liquor store. Last year was the
Yeah.
first Wednesday before Thanksgiving that I did not have to go there and just same type of rush. So it was the worst when I would work that what essentially is a Black Wednesday and then
Yeah.
go to my real job and have a Black Friday.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
wild. Like,
Yeah.
no,
One of the
I
years our
just
register broke.
that is
We
always
did the
the
whole
most
thing on
annoying.
one register. Yeah.
Registers breaking anywhere is my worst. This has nothing to do with Thanksgiving, but when the pandemic started, I worked at a grocery store. We had 4 registers and 2 went down the weekend everything went to shit and everybody was, like, buying groceries because we all thought we were gonna be locked in our houses for 2 weeks. And I'm leaving. I was like, "I'm done. Like, after today, I'm leaving. Like, I don't give a shit what happens the rest of the day. You guys can figure it out. You do it.
Remember when we thought the whole thing was gonna last 2 weeks? God, we were
Oh,
dumb.
forgot
Yep.
it.
So naive.
I don't know.
Coming
I'm
on
trying
2
to think of,
years.
like,
Crazy.
I was gonna
I
ask if anybody
know.
has any, like, fun Thanksgiving traditions.
I know, I'm trying to think. Like,
I actually, well, it used to be a tradition, but then
mm,
things got expensive.
Uh,
When I was a kid, I would say I can't remember the last year we went, but I would say probably like under like 6 or 7, something like that. My family would every Thanksgiving we'd go to Detroit and we'd go see the Thanksgiving Day Lions game because
mm,
the Lions
oh, fun.
always play on Thanksgiving. And one I remember one game very specifically. I don't remember the score at all, but I just remember like at the halftime show they had like these like paper masks that everybody had, and it's like they had 2 different colors, and it's like you would had like eye holes so you could like see like when to flip them.
mm.
And yeah, so that's one memory I do have. But every trip we would always go to the Rainforest Cafe too for dinner the night before.
Nice.
We would
Nice.
Oh,
always
nice.
stay at a hotel within walking distance to the stadium, so we'd stay at the hotel, go to Rainforest Cafe the night before, and then walk to the stadium the next day. But
Yeah.
more recent years, it's just been the 4 of us, our family, and then my grandpa and grandma.
Yeah.
So pretty low key, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Just a nice chill day.
Now, on the years your family went to the Lions game, like, this again, I'm sorry if this is a dumb question, but, like, would you guys still have a traditional Thanksgiving dinner that night?
I honestly don't remember, just
Okay.
because I was so young.
Yeah. Because I just
barely
can't
remember
imagine
going to
how
the
you would have
games.
gotten that done.
Well, I doubt we would. I think because we would do the game in place of the fancy dinner
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
because we were doing like a whole trip, couple nights,
Mhm.
whatnot.
Yeah.
We are basic white people. My family. So we have Thanksgiving dinner at 2:30 every year.
Odd.
Always, always. Well, okay, part of it is both of my grandparents, my dad's parents wear glass. Actually, no, all 4 of my grandparents wore glasses and didn't like to drive at night because they were old. They couldn't see as well as at night. So they had a
Astigmatism
better
suck too.
chance. Yeah.
When driving at night.
Yeah. And
It's
so like
speaking from experience.
yeah. I learned like a year ago. I've always known I had astigmatism, but I learned like a year ago that driving at night is really difficult for me because that's not how it looks for everybody else.
Yep. When I
And I'm
learned
like,
that
oh,
blew my mind that nobody else
yeah,
sees like that.
the light thing,
Yeah.
the lights
The
looking
streak.
kind of like stars. Yeah, the
Yes.
streaks. I did not know was not how you were supposed to perceive
Yep.
light
Yeah, no, I
until
only
like
see that
a
if
year ago.
I only see that if I squint.
That's always at night. Any
Yep.
lights, street lights,
And
car
then
lights,
it's
everything.
the absolute worst when it's raining and it's dark out.
Mhm. Everything's streaky when it's raining, and it's
Yep.
like I don't like to drive in the dark in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like, if there are other people that don't have astigmatism, let them do it. Let them
Exactly.
take care of it. Yeah. So that's also part of it, but also like, um, never mind. That's mean to say. I won't say what I was about to say,
No,
but
fuck it, say it.
my
All bets
mom,
are
I
off.
think. My mom, I think, also wanted the day to be over sooner, especially when we were younger, so that we could maintain like a somewhat normal sleep schedule. Because I think her concern a lot of the time was like, oh, they have Tuesday night, they don't have to be up for school the next day. Thursday, they don't have to be up for school the next day, and all their family's coming, so they're gonna get all riled up. And then they have 3 more days before they go back to school. I think she was always concerned that like Sunday night we wouldn't be able to sleep and our sleep schedule would just be really, really thrown. Um, which for me particularly was a problem. Because I hit a money time that if I'm not asleep by then, I cannot sleep. And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
annoying because I'm like wandering around looking for stuff to do. But yeah, so we have dinner at 2:30. I have learned recently not a very traditional dinner when it comes to food.
Oh?
Um well, like I didn't know like sweet potatoes with marshmallows was a thing because
My family's done that.
my family has never done it
Never.
because my dad is the only one who likes sweet potatoes and he doesn't like marshmallows. So Like, we don't do that.
We don't do that either.
Any, like that green bean casserole that's, like, really popular with white
So
people,
good.
we never do.
Yeah, no, I've never had
So
that.
good.
I didn't find out
So
that was
good.
a thing till like maybe 4 to 5 years ago.
It's
I
so
feel like
good.
no
I
one's
knew it
ever
was a
mentioned that in
thing.
elementary school because like my family's not white, so we had to learn like
Yeah.
what are we supposed to do? Like we're writing it down.
Yeah, no, see,
Oh, that casserole is the best.
I think it's just my parents don't like that kind of food, and my dad's kind of a health nut, and so we just never did it. No one in my family likes cranberry, so we would only get cranberry sauce for my grandmother.
Does
And that
anybody
one
like the
where
cranberry sauce?
my grandmother. The one specifically, the one where you dump it out and it still has the shape of the
The
can.
can, yeah. Which is
Like
always
not the
convenient
Yup.
because it shows you how to cut it.
cut it, not the relish, like just the straight up
Mhm.
slices of cranberry jelly. I'm like, why? Um, and then because of the type of people my mom's grandmother was, like everything was by scratch. Like my mom would make like pan gravy and like stuffing with the giblets that she would pull out of the bird. Um, Pulling the organ bag out of a turkey at 7 years old is something I never want to repeat, and I think is why I'm afraid of raw chicken to this day. Um, it's so weird sticking your hand in a turkey and like pulling out this little like paper bag of organs. My maternal
Builds
grandfather one year
character.
was like my maternal grandfather one year cooked the heart and then chased my cousin around the like house that we were in, trying to convince him to eat the heart with him. It did not build character for any of us. But like my maternal grandparents were such people that like you didn't waste any part of food.
Yeah.
You cooked for an army and you didn't waste anything. And then our focus is carbs. We're one of those families. We have like 2 healthy vegetable dishes. We got a turkey, and then we got a fuck ton of carbs. And
The way it
the
should
big
be.
thing. Absolutely the way it should be. B, we also have a huge thing with my mom's side of the family, at least, is my twice great grandmother has this recipe for pie dough that is the best pie dough ever. And so like, but my mom only makes it for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's like an event. Oh, especially for my sister. Like my sister can put away like a quarter of an apple pie by herself. Like that is what she looks forward to year round. That's it. Beyond that, we don't have a lot of traditions. I mean, we used to watch the parade, but like that's just because like what is there for your kids to do while you're cooking?
Oh, I still look forward to the parade. Like I think I'm the only one that like sits down and watches it and like I shush people.
I care more about the Disney Christmas Day parade than I do the Macy's Thanksgiving
Honestly,
Day
yeah.
parade.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bad. I am a psychopath on Christmas morning about watching the Disney Christmas parade.
It's such a
I
good
truly look forward to it.
production.
It's so good and it's so fun. And just like everybody's having a great fucking time. It's like absolute bops. It's great. It's I love it. I love it. If it wasn't crazy expensive because my family's not coming back out for
Mhm.
Christmas, I would be like to my friends, "Hey, let's get tickets and go to Disney on Christmas Day to see like cuz a lot of that is pre-recorded, but they do an actual parade the day of that's like huge and Santa's there and like it's awesome.
Wait, like the actual one?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
actual Santa?
Yes.
Mhm.
The actual
Awesome.
Santa lives at Disneyland.
Honestly,
They've lied to you. It's not the North Pole. They lived at Disneyland.
Because it's
I
the
would not be
happiest place on
surprised
earth.
if it turned out that like, Disney also owns Santa.
Disney owns Santa.
Wouldn't surprise me, honestly.
But
I
it's a
do
subsist
highly
it's a shell
I
company.
speaking of Disney owning Santa, Noelle, the Disney Plus Christmas movie with Bill Hader and Anna Kendrick is really cute. I highly recommend it this holiday
Okay.
season.
I started watching it last year and like I was into it and like
It's so cute.
I was enjoying it. Then I found out that like my mom and my sisters don't find Anna Kendrick pretty, and that's some fucking bullshit.
Victoria hates Anna Kendrick too.
Like from like a looks perspective.
From like she was like, I don't know why, but Anna Kendrick like drives me crazy. I
No,
don't
they
know.
like her performance and they like the movies she's in. They just don't think she's attractive.
Yeah, I mean different strokes.
I guess. Just one's objectively wrong.
No, I mean, think about it. Like, I think honestly, now that I think about it, I think every female celebrity that you like lose your shit for, there are a lot of people that don't find them attractive.
See,
Like, people
that's
call Anya Taylor-Joy ugly on the internet all the time. Like, when she got cast in Emma, she got ripped apart on the internet.
really.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think think she like is weird looking. It's awful.
It's like
Like,
the
it's
Benedict
awful.
Cumberbatch thing where people just go, they kind of look like things are offset or too, like they just look weird to some people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
People are really mean to her, which is like
fucked up, yeah.
sad because she's like a child. I mean, she's like in her early 20s, but
She's
like
like our
she's
age,
young.
yeah.
Attack Benedict Cumberbatch. She's like 50 years old. Like, let him live his life.
Mhm.
But yeah.
You know. But
I
that's
don't get the appeal of the Macy Thanksgiving Day parade. It's not that I don't have any strong like I don't get like the hype.
Right, yeah.
I just want to see the characters I like. After that I turn it off.
But like they're just balloons.
I don't know, it makes me feel something.
Like I know people that go and I'm like, you go and stand in awful crowds in the city to
No,
just
I would not go in person. I would, however, I would sign up to be one of the people that walks the balloons.
you have to work at Macy's.
No, you could be sponsored by an employee. I've looked it up.
Oh, do you know anyone who works for Macy's?
On a
Can I
personal
tweet?
level,
Can we
no.
find somebody who
No, no,
works for
here's the thing.
Macy's to sponsor Jordan?
Well, it's too late. It's on Thursday. It's too late
For
now.
next year, there is always next year.
So here's the thing. Do I personally know somebody that works at Macy's? No. Does my mom go to Macy's enough that the employees know her pretty well? Yes. Yes, they do. So I could always do it that way. I'd be like, hey, you know the woman that's in here like a lot and you guys is like probably your best customer? Can one of you sponsor me? Specifically, I'd want to walk either the Pikachu or the Red Power Ranger balloon. Like if you have me walk Snoopy, I'm fucking quitting.
I don't think you get to pick. That's the only thing is I don't think you get to pick. I think they just put you on a team.
Darn.
What cute. Does Ashford Screens know anyone?
Oh god. Wait, no. If we're gonna do a social media campaign for me, can we get me to the No Way Home premiere?
No, I can't. That's not a social campaign. That's you winning a competition. I can't help you with that one.
I'm sure they have room for one more.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sure they have room for one more if I started a social media campaign.
Sir, it's
Just
COVID.
wait like the
No one
rest
has
of us.
room
It's
for no
just a
more.
couple weeks.
Yeah, A, chill. B, you openly tweeted that you spent more money than you should have on that giveaway.
Listen, it was a charity, which means I can write it off on my taxes.
You still spent the money.
I'll get it back in March.
Person that works for Macy's who would be willing to sponsor.
I chose to be on this podcast.
You did.
I know, Alec, you chose to be trapped in a podcast with Jordan and I.
While LeighErin's
Go ahead, keep talking while I'm ready.
Yeah, while LeighErin's trying to get me to walk the Pikachu balloon next year. I have a very I know LeighErin's gonna roll her eyes once I tell this story, but I have a Thanksgiving tradition that actually turns 5 years old this year. And it's that me and all my friends from like that I've still kept in touch with through high school and like met in college, and we've kind of just become one big group of friends. We make a rule where you're only allowed to reply in the Snapchat group chat if you're doing a reply chug. So like you have to be taking a sip of some sort of alcohol. Yeah. So 5 years now. This will be the 5th year, and every year we all get shit faced. I down a bottle of mead every Thanksgiving, and that's not even including other things I may drink. So the entire day there's just like 9 to 10 of us just always having a drink in our hand, and like that's the rules. You cannot send a snap.
Jordan admits that on Thanksgiving he becomes an alcoholic.
If you do it once a year, it's not an alcoholic, it's fun.
When we were in college, it was an entire weekend for Jordan for a while.
Oh yeah, no, because I would go out the night before Thanksgiving. It was like a fucked up high school reunion.
With that guy, we didn't. You, me, and Victoria didn't go out the night before. We went out the night after every year.
I would do.
You would go out with the guy friend, your guy.
Yeah, I would go out with my guy friends the night before to the local bar. I would see everyone I went to high school with.
Busiest bar night of the year.
Yeah, and it's also like the people above me and the people below me in high school, so it's like a really weird fucking reunion. Then I get shit faced on Thanksgiving, and then I go out with LeighErin and Victoria, and on Sunday I die.
Yeah, pretty much. For a while, Thanksgiving was probably Jordan's biggest. In college, it was probably Jordan's biggest party weekend.
Yeah.
It rivaled Halloween, to be honest. Um,
Broke getting shit faced on Halloween weekend in college. Woke getting shit faced on Thanksgiving weekend.
going home and just getting lit. It's fine.
Yeah. But no, Thanksgiving's also always held at my house because, like I said before, my mom has her two brothers here. We do Thanksgiving at my house, Christmas Eve at one uncle's house, and New Year's Eve at the other uncle's house. That's always been the way we split it up. And so me and my sisters each help out with like one part of Thanksgiving here, and we spend the morning like setting up the tables and the drinks. And last year I made a charcuterie board that took up 2 tables. It was amazing. I made a list and a chart. Like I went in on this charcuterie board.
Shut up about this board for weeks leading up to it.
It was good. I think I have Alec. I have the video of it. Like I'll send it to you if you want to put it in at this moment. It's a good charcuterie board. It had every meat. It had,
or at least a picture that I can use for the thumbnail.
Yeah, it had garlic and jalapeno stuffed olives. Had dried apricots. Like it was, yeah, good.
I realized when Jordan made this board that the reason I never really want huge charcuterie boards is because I hate 90% of what comes on them. I hate olives and dried fruit with a burning passion.
Yeah, that wasn't the main focus, but like I had to just fill up the space. There's also a very large selection of cheeses.
Yes, that's the best part.
Mhm.
Ooh, we live near on so since my parents are coming out here, this is only the second time they've been to California since I moved here. And when they were helping me move, like we were focused on other things, not really like doing stuff.
Mhm.
And I found there's this area not far from me. It's called Retro Row, and it's got all these like record shops and thrift stores and like weird indie bookstores. Like there's one called Page Against the Machine, which is just like
That's
books
awesome.
about rebellion and like all
Brava.
that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's great. It's hilarious. But they also have a store that is just cheese, and I'm so excited. It is literally all this place sells is cheese. And I'm just I said to my parents,
Amazing.
I was like, "We're going.
Yeah.
Even if we don't buy anything, I just wanna go look at this store that only sells cheese."
Does anyone else
Um,
get more filled up on the appetizers than the actual Thanksgiving meal? Like I forced the Thanksgiving meal down, and it's fire. But appetizers are also A1.
we don't do appetizers really.
Yeah,
Like, we'll
same.
have, like, a cheese board kind of and, like, some veggies, but, like, we don't go insane with the appetizers. Again, very small family.
Yeah.
There's, like, not a
Exactly. Yep.
point. Yeah.
We just fill up on the
S
good stuff.
yeah. And, like, we just, like, go ham, and then we'll, like, take, like, a 20-minute break between dinner and dessert, and then serve dessert and drink a ton of coffee, and then I fall asleep on the couch, like,
Every year.
every Thanksgiving and Christmas, when it's, like, 6 o'clock, it is dark outside, I've been up since 7 AM doing things, I fall asleep on the couch even though company is still there, I just pass out on the couch. It's like, "It's fine," and everyone's just like, "Just
I mean, I fall asleep when I'm full of food and drunk too, so there are a couple pictures of me. Last year, actually, they put the empty bottle of mead in my arm while I fell asleep on the couch.
See, that's what's sad is you have copious amounts of liquor to fall back on. I don't. Like, I don't. Because at a lot of these things, I don't like wine and I don't really like beer, so and I feel weird being like, I'm gonna drink tequila on Thanksgiving, like it feels inappropriate.
I made
But
whiskey sours for my family once on Thanksgiving.
see, Jordan, I would make whiskey sours, but on my 21st birthday, I had far too much sour mix and I can't drink it anymore. It
Yeah.
hurts my stomach.
No, it was funny. It was like I think it was my first year where I like went away for college, and I
Mhm.
made a bunch of whiskey sours. My family had the shaker and all that. And my mom just looked at me. She went, "So is this what you learned? Like, is this
Is
what
this
you?"
what you do?
I was like, "It is actually."
I don't know, whiskey sours are just I don't the maraschino cherries make them, like, too sweet.
Oh, I didn't add those. It was just whiskey and sweet and sour mix.
Oh, it was a poor man's whiskey sour.
Yes, it was a homemade one.
Yeah. I we had family friends who her favorite drink was whiskey sours, and when she may she rest in peace, when she passed away at the service in the cemetery, they did, like, they made a big thermos of whiskey sours and gave everybody who was old enough to drink a little bit to, like, toast, and I smelt it, and I looked at my mother and went, "I cannot drink this." I need just anyone to take this away from me.
Oh, that's a good question. What's the liquor that gives you PTSD?
There's no liquor, it's just sour mix.
The sour mix.
It's
See,
just for the smell of sour mix.
not necessarily like a specific type of liquor, but like the one drink that always gives me the worst hangovers. I've only had them twice. Is Long Island iced teas.
Yeah.
Just because
That's like
I had
my
it. I mean, I love how they taste, but literally the 2 times I've ever had them, like 2 different nights, I've had the worst hangovers the next day.
they'll mess you up.
Yeah.
LeighErin orders more than she can handle and then starts. I don't know if we've mentioned this on a podcast before. When
Okay, I'm about to be slandered and I'm gonna stop it. Okay.
you
What
said
okay,
I would become an alcoholic on Thanksgiving. I can say
Jordan,
this.
you said that you drink an entire bottle of mead in addition to a bunch of other things. I am not
Yes.
going to allow the slander of what is about to come out of your mouth happen. So what it is as we have already established, the day after Thanksgiving, we go out to a local bar in our area and drink. And usually on Thanksgiving, after 10 p.m., Long Island iced teas are $7. And $7
Oh,
for
dang.
5 shots of liquor when you are a college student is a really good deal. And
Oh, yeah.
so that would become my drink. And a couple of times we would be like dancing and I would get to a point where if I put any more alcohol in my system, I like it was going to be too much. And it wasn't that I don't know my limits. It's that when I ordered the drink, I was in a completely different space and I've gotten
Yeah.
drunker. So then I give them to Jordan. It is not I don't know my limits. I know my limits with liquor.
You know your limit when you're getting there.
Yeah.
Like once you're there,
It's
you know when to stop, and then I become the garbage disposal.
and then I give them to you because this is everything. You hand Jordan a beverage, he will drink it. Like he drinks incredibly fast. Just everything, not just liquor, like everything. And like
I
yeah,
like
I'm not roasting you. It's just
no. We have this conversation a lot because like around guys, they're like, "Oh yeah, you eat and drink normally, sometimes even a little slow." But then around like you guys and my family, they're just like, "Why do you just scarf things down?"
breathe. My dad does the same thing. Take a breath.
That's the other thing. So my mom was complaining to me and my dad about it at the same time because we were both doing it. And my dad goes, "Listen, when you work, it's a thing that you do. You just eat and then you go back out."
Yeah, but you're home. You don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
have as big of
take a
excuse as
breath.
my dad because my dad worked at or owned a family business for at least like 25 years of his life. So he would just he was just trained, eat in 2 minutes and leave. What was so
Gino
funny?
just responded to my tweet and goes, "I used to work in the ladies' shoe department like 6 years ago. Let me see what I can do."
So oddly specific.
I love
Once again,
Gino.
Gino just butting his
Gino
way into
coming in
podcasts.
clutch.
Yeah.
You want to throw him in here? Like, can we throw him in here and be like, "Yo, Gino, what's the plan?"
Yo, Gino, what we doing here? Imagine that's like our podcast next year is like Jordan's story from the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Right.
I could have a GoPro on me.
I mean, you have to.
Yeah,
That's true.
we have to. Anything you do, we must turn into content.
Anything.
Anything.
Alrighty.
Um.
If I had
Somebody
known
said
that, I would have brought a camera to my colonoscopy last week. Damn.
Oh God, no! I don't want to see that.
Remember when Katie Couric did that, like on live TV?
Yes. Remember when they just decided to tell us all that Joe Biden had to get a colonoscopy? And I was
Well,
like,
because
why
I
are we
think
putting this man on blast?
no, that's fair. Because one, Bush did the same thing, which means also there has been multiple hours where Dick Cheney hit the powers of the president, and fuck
Yeah.
that shit.
Always, because like they're older guys, they got to get colonoscopies.
I
Let
think
this
they
man have some privacy. Like we don't have to put him on blast.
That's the thing. I think if you say he's going under, people are like, "Well, why?"
Because he's getting a colonoscopy.
But that's the thing. I think they have to be like, "Listen, this isn't like a dramatic surgery."
Yeah, but they weren't like, "Oh, Biden's taking powers of the president." So the only reason it got reported on is because Kamala Harris is a woman, which is its own fucking. I could rant about that, but I'm not going to. Like they were never like, "Oh, Obama's getting his physical. He's gonna get a camera shoved up his asshole, so Biden's gonna be president." You know.
Was Obama older than 50 when he got elected?
Regardless, a lot of the time you have to get some of those medical things done when you're the president because they want to make sure that there's not like something going on.
Yeah.
It's just, it's part of it. But like, why do we have to put this old man on blast? Come on.
Seriously, yeah.
It's not in the holiday spirit.
Imagine the
Also,
headline
I
of the
don't want
day.
to picture that.
You don't have to.
My brain does it automatically. I can't help myself. We've had this conversation before that if you say anything to me, I will picture it. I can't. It just does it before like I can
God.
stop it. It's awful. It's the worst thing about me. Like, is I can't help myself. Oh my god.
Oh,
You and I have
fantastic.
had that conversation before.
We
You know
have,
that.
yeah. I'm
Anyways,
just gonna not be a dick and use that power for evil.
it's just it's awful. But like, oh, it's every ugh. Um,
It fascinates me sometimes, though.
I mean, I feel like that's part of my appeal to this group is that the inner workings of my mind are
Are an enigma.
disturbing. Yeah, and just like how my brain
But
works
like,
is
how
wild.
literal does it have to be? Like I'll use this as an example. Sorry, there was
Go ahead.
something outside my door. Like you text me or you
Mhm.
call me, I don't answer, and then I call you back. I go, hey, sorry, what's up? I was in the shower. Like you're now just imagining me in the shower.
From the waist up, yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah. It's
That's literally just like
I
in passing
literally cannot control
conversation.
it. It's okay, so part of it is because I have OCD, but literally like I will see like just anything will get mentioned to me and I picture it and I don't like it. And like it's why I actively have to be like, nope. Like I get skeeved out. This is a very sad fact about me. If I see or somebody mentions like tarantulas or like spider eggs or like anything like that, which just like freak me out. Picture it and I'm convinced that I'm gonna get attacked. And like I'm like, ugh, and I get upset because I picture a spider. And like because I don't want to and I don't want to think about it, but my brain can't help itself.
Maybe it's a good thing you haven't seen Home Alone then. I know we had this conversation on the anniversary stream. There's
Why?
a tarantula in Home Alone.
Yeah, fuck that noise. Nope. I will actively not watch things because
It's
oh,
not the
I love
huge part in it though.
I can look at other spiders
Al, there
and like
is the
feel
scene
it.
where it's like on the dude's face.
Why? I hate
Again,
when
just
Fear
a
Factor
scene
was
though.
See, that one never
ugh.
freaked me out in Home Alone. What always freaked me out was in Home Alone 2 when they show the nail going into the dude's foot.
That also
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
you know that
things
part? Yeah.
things going through skin freak me out.
Yeah. So again, bringing back Fear Factor, one of the things that always freaked me out, there's the one where they had the rusty needles. They had to like punch it through the skin and punch it back out.
Yeah,
And
They
they're
had to
increasingly duller and duller as they went down their
yeah.
arm.
Dude,
that's not
Fear
even a
Factor?
Okay, like I've seen some of the things from Fear Factor. It's like it's always three categories: do something that makes you scared of animals, do a wild stunt, eat something
Then there's
gross.
like eat something was
But
always the second one. Eat
but
something,
they
but this
always
is
feel like they're within the realm of like the stunts. I feel I would actually be the least concerned about because I'm like they definitely tested this with like a stunt person.
right. Yeah.
Yes.
But the shoving a nail through you is that's just gonna give you tetanus or maybe kill you. Like I don't
Well,
get
they
how
give
that's a
you
challenge.
you would go get a tetanus shot, like that's on you. But like they
Right.
would also there was one Fear Factor where it was a plastic box with a like a door that your head could fit through, and they hung 3 strawberries from fish hooks and filled the box with bees. And the girl had to stick her head in the box full of bees and eat all 3
Mm-hmm.
strawberries off of the hooks. And I was like, this show is for sociopaths. Like,
Yeah.
Damn.
no. This
I was
show
like
is for sociopaths.
I was like rewatching episodes from the first season one time because I was bored. One, I still don't believe that that's Joe Rogan. Those are two different people. I get we're talking that they're roughly 20 years apart, but I've seen people 20 years apart look relatively the same. He sounds different. Like it is not the same person. I refuse to believe it. And this is not even me talking about whether or not he's a good person. Just that's not the same dude.
Okay. We found Jordan's soapbox issue.
Yeah, no, that I believe there are two different Joe Rogans and they're just trying to
Yes.
convince us they're the same guy.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Yeah, no,
I
that
think the
show's
one
wild though.
I think the one I would have like tapped out on when they were like, you basically they strip you down to what is essentially a little bit more than underwear, and they're like, now lay down under this shed, and a bunch of rats are gonna crawl over you.
I hate that.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think I stopped watching Fear Factor after the needles thing because that was just like enough for me. Like, nope, can't do it.
Ugh. I hate it. I hate things going through skin for it's I can't do body horror is like what it comes down to. It's like I can't like when I was in high school, I got through the birthing video, but they showed us a video of a C-section and them making the incision. I passed out. It was awful.
I
Like
missed out on the birthing video.
to consider yourself lucky. I wish I missed.
Yeah.
I could have lived my entire life not seeing that and understood the mechanics. Like I promise I could have. Yeah, they had to bring a wheelchair into my classroom and wheel me out. Gino.
Gino.
What's
Sorry.
going on?
All right, hold on. Let's give a second for Alec to readjust the frames here.
You want me to turn on my camera?
Go ahead.
All right, let's do
Join
it.
the party.
This is be grateful, guys. This is the first time I'm turning on my camera over here in Miami.
Wow.
Hey.
Nice.
So this
do you have
is
a ghost
my
living with you?
I don't have a ghost living with me. This is actually guys.
Just opened.
Oh that okay. No, that just happens. But just so you guys know, this right here is a bed frame. This is my sister's room. Very messy. Very messy in here. It's very
It
crazy.
happens, man. No judgment.
Very crazy, yeah, man.
So what can we do to get me in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Okay,
Who do you
so-
know?
Carry a balloon.
Next year.
So
This year's
so I said next year. Okay, so I said in Twitter, I said 6 years ago I used to work at the ladies' shoes department. My manager there was Zach. So that's who I probably need to get in contact with.
Are you
Zach.
still cool with Zach? Like, you still have each other on Insta? You throw each other the occasional like type of deal?
No, I'd have to track him down. But
back
that's
to
all I
Macy's.
can go off. Zach used to work at Macy's. Probably, I'm not sure if he still works there.
Do you know his last name? Don't say it, but like, do you even know where to start?
No, that's all I have to go off. Zach worked at Lady Shoes department, was manager. I think he was manager for a little bit while I was there. And then he left while I was still there. Don't remember my following manager at all. So I'm gonna be honest with you, probably mixing this all up. This was 6 years ago, so and I'm just estimating too. It's probably not. So what we got to do is track down Zach that used to work at the ladies' shoes department as a manager, probably 6 years ago at this point. I don't remember.
Do you remember what like Macy's it was? Like what
Oh,
the
yeah,
store number
yeah.
was?
Oh, 100%. Oh, the store number? No, 100% no.
But if you know
I can
what
tell you which
Macy's
mall it
is,
was at.
like,
Yeah,
If you know like what mall it's in, that's good enough.
yeah, 100%. Which mall? Yeah, so ladies' shoes department. Pretty wild, pretty wild. One time, my brother actually came with a box of perfume. He came to the ladies' shoes department to buy it from me, and he was like, "Can you give me a discount?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So
You're welcome, yeah.
I just lowered the price of it to like $20. It was like 100 and something.
Oh my gosh.
And then and then
What,
Zach,
fired?
this is no, I didn't get fired. That's why me and Zach were cool. You know what I mean? So Zach was like, "Hey man, just don't do that, dude." I was like, "All right, man." I didn't know I couldn't do this. You know? That's what I told him, and he was okay with it. But yeah, so what's this? You want to be here at the
I want to
Macy's?
be like, I have looked up how to be in the Thanksgiving Day Parade. I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie, and I understand that if you don't work at Macy's, you can get an employee to sponsor you.
Oh,
Do you know-
interesting.
Do you know any more of the process or policies?
Of the process or policies of being in the Macy's. To be honest with you, when they hired me, after I had left, I was still an employee for quite a long time. I don't know why. They just like switched me to like flex scheduling or something. So to be honest with you, I'm probably still employed at Macy's for all I know. You know what I
you
mean?
can sponsor me.
So maybe I can. I'd have to
Plot
look into it. Yeah, so I would have to look into that, but as I said, you guys you told me what 5 minutes ago. That was 6 years ago. I got to go through some files and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I go through all that stuff, employment information. You know,
Because the
taxes.
debate we're having is, do you think and obviously they can't guarantee it, but do you think they take what balloons you want to walk into consideration? Like, can you tell them your preferences? Or are they just like, no, you're walking this one, deal with it?
So I guess let's why don't we do a mock interview? Let's do a mock interview. Let's practice this.
Let's do this.
So you're coming to me. I'm the Macy's balloon guy, right?
Mhm.
And then you tell me, I'm here. All right, what do you want, Mr. D? What do you want?
I want something very simple. I want to be one of
Okay.
these several people that walk the Pikachu balloon.
That walked the Pikachu balloon.
Yeah, that's all I want. I just want to be one of like the 25 probably.
All right, well, Mr. Jordan, right? You said Jordan.
Yeah, Mr. Jordan.
That's always fully booked immediately. The Pikachu one,
The
top
Pikachu's
of the line. Everyone
Okay.
always wants to do the Pikachu one. Our top CEOs want to do the Pikachu one. So I'm sorry, dude. You
All
probably, if you're coming in late, probably 5 years from now you can do the Pikachu.
Don't worry.
one.
I have a second choice.
Yes.
The Red Ranger balloon. It was retired for a few years. They brought it back a couple years ago.
Okay. And Miss LeighErin here has a question, I
So
believe.
here's a problem that I'm realizing.
Yeah.
Jordan is not fit enough to be a balloon walker.
Why not? I mean, I've been going to the gym
You
for a few
have
months.
there are height, weight, and muscle requirements to be a balloon
Wow.
walker.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
are the height-
I
what are
really?
the
just
height
Googled it.
requirements?
What?
What are the height requirements?
I'm trying to find it right now, but it's literally saying that people work out for a year to get ready to walk the
Well, there
balloon.
you
You
go,
got a
Jordan.
year.
I've been,
You
I've
got a
been
year.
going to the gym since August, so I could get ready for next year.
Because you could be responsible for up to because large balloons have a pull of 300 to 500 pounds, requiring many
damn.
people to handle them during the 2.5-mile walk. There are boot camps held earlier in the year, and people get cut if they can't keep up with the training.
That's incredible.
So Jordan, we need to
So
get you
okay,
in
this
one of
is
this
possible.
training.
You can do this.
If I get kicked out of balloon boot camp, I'm just telling people I got kicked out of boot camp and not giving any more details.
No, I
Yes,
think balloon boot camp raises the coolness even more. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because then they don't know. Are you
Balloon-
like?
Starter.
Yeah. Because I was just gonna say like the oh, what's it called? The people that like do the balloon animals or like stuff like that. They don't know if it's that. You don't have to tell me it's just for walking balloons.
Yeah.
True.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm googling.
I would like to know what the height and weight requirements are. Because here's the thing: I'm a very average height. Like my height and weight are roughly average. So like I feel like I would
So-
fall into it.
You have to be at least 120 pounds.
Yeah. No.
At the very
Mark
least,
that off.
okay.
Yep. Why I started laughing is that means I would not be allowed, and where my brain went with that is that the balloon would pick me up.
It would.
Which is just hilarious.
If you are an animator out there, can you please animate that?
Animate LeighErin getting taken away by the what balloon do you want to be taken off by?
Ooh, can I be taken off by the Baby Yoda balloon because he's cute? He's a Funko.
You're doing a Baby Yoda balloon now?
Yeah, they have a Funko that looks like the Funko Pop.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
I have
gonna
a
be one of the
third choice.
balloons.
I have a third choice behind the Red Ranger.
What I'm wondering now is like, have you guys ever looked at the balloon holders while we're watching the parade?
Yeah, they get
Remember you were like-
uniforms. No, it's not about the
I love
fame,
it.
Gino. It's about the
No,
love.
it's
about
not
the
about
love of the character in the
like-
balloon.
Like, I want to know if like you look at the balloon holders and they're like pain in their face. You know what I mean? Like they're struggling. Cause here's
No,
a 300-pound pool or something. Like they're holding down for their life. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's a 300-pound pull per person.
It's
That would
not
be
saying
crazy
either
if it
way,
was.
but that'd be
If
crazy.
it was, I feel like that would be like, oh, the Navy SEALs are who run the Macy's Thanksgiving Day
True,
parade.
true.
Email
they work out
literally
for a
what this
year,
says
you
is if you want to get a job, email every person you've ever met who works for Macy's.
All right, my mom is slightly befriended one of the cashiers at our local one, and I think
Okay.
my sister worked there temporarily as a seasonal employee a few years ago.
I'll tell you, as an employee that worked there for, I guess I worked there for like a year at the most. They never told me anything about the Macy's Day Parade. They didn't tell me anything at all.
After hitting a dead end, Jerome posted a plea on LinkedIn that eventually connected him with someone in the store's Cheryl division. And last year he got up at 5:15 a.m. to tug the elf on a shelf while dressed like one of Santa's little helpers. So I think where Gino and I are at with me tweeting about this and Gino coming in to give this wisdom is the beginning of the path of getting Jordan to the Macy
Yes.
Days Parade
I
2022.
think it's possible. I believe in it. I think it's possible.
Binging
To
with
be honest.
Babish for a while, I think had like a thing about how he wants to train so he can look like Kratos because he is a bald guy with a beard. We'll make a whole series of me just training to walk the Pikachu balloon.
There you go. There you go. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I think Pikachu balloon's fully booked for the next few years. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
maybe
Well, I mean,
Baby Yoda because people still don't know that one exists. You know what I mean?
I would say Baby Yoda's probably more popular than the Red Ranger. He's a meme.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's an
Oh,
he's an
definitely.
icon. Yeah.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
Good
the
soup.
pull from each balloon can lift can be 300 to 500 pounds. Factor in the wind and the cold, and the 2.5-mile parade feels like a marathon. That's why handlers must be over 18, weigh at least 120 pounds, have a strong back, strong knees, and no heart problems.
I'm out.
Define strong.
I recommend doing pull-ups, push-ups, biceps, and tricep workouts to get your body ready to hold the balloon down. It's really hard work, but it doesn't feel like hard work because you're so giddy. Like, just imagine Jordan, just like for our listening viewers, this is a happy man in like an Elf on the Shelf costume. Like, just
Yeah.
imagine Jordan.
I wouldn't feel the pain till the next day.
Yeah,
That's before
Jordan
he
just
started it.
collapses.
One of my favorite machines at the gym is the thing where you pull the rope with a lot of resistance. So I feel like I've got this
Okay.
going.
Wow, I didn't even know that was a machine. So you got a one up on me there. You know what I mean?
It's actually called the Macy's balloon machine.
Interesting.
Most people like to be on the large balloons like Mickey Mouse and Spider-Man, as opposed to the
Oh, I
novelty
forgot
balloons like
about
the
a
Christmas
Spider-Man
or the
balloon.
Oreo.
Okay, new order. Spider-Man 1, Pikachu 2, Red Ranger 3. Grogu's my safety balloon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Positioning is everything. Grabbing the bones or rope handles at the front of the balloon means you have to pull harder than the people in the back. Rookies, be warned. Balloons are often overbooked, so not every handler gets a bone. Which is a hilarious line. But
That's what I was
does that
saying.
imply I could be a handler without having to do the work?
when they tell you to get in there and start holding the ropes, so it's instead of holding a bone, you're holding a rope, like the actual rope,
Oh,
not the
okay.
handle. This man's walking Shrek.
So bring gloves so you don't get rope burn.
I'm a 46-year-old man marching in a little elf costume. It's the gateway drug to being a mall Santa.
Okay, that's funny because that is. I think I've said this to you, LeighErin. I do want to be a mall Santa when I'm like an old man.
Yes,
That's
he
like a
has said that to
thing.
me before.
Yeah, it's like a thing.
They make hundreds of thousands of dollars, I've heard.
Plus, it's an
I'm just
excuse to
kidding.
it's an excuse to kind of let myself go as I age.
Yeah. If you want to be Santa, 100%.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so I truly think that like we can get Jordan there.
We can
So
do this.
first step is we
What
gotta
if-
get Jordan into the boot camp.
Yeah. I get to boot camp. 100%. What if
After
you're part? What if you're part of one of the events where the balloon blows, and then your
like
specific balloon, it tears up and it all falls on all of you? That would be even cooler. That would be an even cooler story, to be honest with you.
I mean, to quote Yelena, that's a cool way to die.
That's a cool way to die.
I wonder if you would die if it kills you, if that
Maybe.
balloon falls on you. I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
know how
not.
that works. I'm sure they have a contingency plan for that though, because it'd be bad if Macy's was like accidentally killing people every year.
Well, it happens rarely. I also think that they they make sure not to show it on camera because I think the one I know that like is the most notorious. I think it happened with a Barney balloon, and that's gonna traumatize some kids.
After securing my spot as a first timer, I had to attend balloon handling 101 at Columbia University. Oh, your parents would be so proud. You're finally taking a class.
I would be a Columbia graduate.
Wow, damn, that's crazy. It's
I'm
legit.
putting that on my resume. Like I attended Columbia University for a semester.
It's a training
was
camp
my
where you
major.
learn the basics about aerodynamics of the balloons, rope techniques like when to let go and when to pull tighter, how to pivot on the corner of a street, and what to do if there are heavy wind gusts. Then you actually go out and test out the balloons.
Where do they test these, you think?
Probably somewhere. It's probably at some like shipyard in the city or like up in Connecticut.
Yeah, true.
That would be funny if that ended with and most balloon boot camp graduates go on to join the Navy. It just ends like that. What podcast is this? What are you guys doing?
It's just
This
the
is just
Shared
a
Screen
Shared Screens
podcast,
podcast.
just
a
for like
generic.
Oh, okay.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, dude. No, this was a media club that got real off topic. We were supposed to be talking about Hawkeye.
Yeah, we're getting ready for Hawkeye. Oh my god.
I rescind my earlier comment. I'm glad I was on this podcast because Gino's here.
Okay. Because Gino popped in. See, this is the beauty of being trapped with Jordan and I sometimes. Is sometimes one of us does something that brings chaos.
That's great. That's great.
Like it's what we
happy to be here. Happy to be here.
No, we're happy
Always.
to have you because I need this information. Now, Gino, How
Yes.
dedicated are you to helping me?
I think if I think it's possible, I'm down to help you. Like
Okay.
if because I currently I think it's possible. If we
So
figure
here's the
out,
thing.
we do some research. I think it's possible.
I don't know what you currently do for a living, but would you be open to going back to Macy's as a seasonal employee this year and next year? And maybe
I,
keeping somewhat of a relationship there in between so you could
yeah.
sponsor me.
First, I have to see if I am still an employee. First of all,
Yeah,
and
that'll make it so much easier.
I mean, just
and
go say
if
hi to Zach.
or if I've been fired, I assume that I can't go back if I've been fired. You know what I mean? Um,
But you
but
weren't like
how willing?
you weren't let go on negative terms.
Yeah, well, yeah. How willing am I to go back? Absolutely not at all. I'm gonna be
No,
honest with you.
you didn't like
Ladies,
Bye-bye.
ladies' shoes was a nightmare. I'm
You don't
gonna be
have to
honest
work.
with you.
Listen. You don't have to work in the same
Okay,
department.
Macy's was a nightmare. I'm sorry. Like that's
No.
that's
That's
what
fine.
I,
I'm sure it's Jordan and I have I feel like we all know working retail sucks ass.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
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 working retail is the worst.
Yeah, yeah, that was one of the worst times of my life, to be honest with you. Just working in retail. Have you guys ever seen a store open on Black Friday while being in it? It's
Jordan works
freaking
at Best
scary,
Buy.
dude. You work at Best Buy, Jordan? Oh my
I
god! So
do.
you've seen the
Yeah.
worst of it. You've seen the worst of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I've also worked
that's
at a
scary.
GameStop. I've also worked at a GameStop on
Yes,
Black Friday.
yes.
It's
Me as
wild.
well. Me as well.
And
It's
as I
scary.
was saying earlier in the podcast, up until last year, my father owned a liquor store, so I would do basically Black Friday on a Wednesday, and then go to whatever retail job I was working the day after
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
baby, baby, baby. Ooh, that's
Yeah.
tough. That's tough.
One
But yeah,
year for Black Friday, at Best Buy, they didn't even, because I work at Geek Squad, they didn't even have me in the Geek Squad section. They had me in the computer department in my Geek Squad uniform because people trust us more for advice on what to buy rather than the regular PC employees.
they should have just gave the PC employees a Geek Squad shirt. And that's it.
Yeah.
Dealt
Which
with
the
it.
thing is, they told me the week of, they're like, yeah, that's what you're doing, but they did not alert me of any of the sales. Like, go to any Best Buy, Geek Squad does not know what fucking sales are going on ever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Interesting. But yeah, that's scary seeing the gates open and freaking people like crawling under the gates, dude, trying to get inside the store. It's freaking wild.
Okay, so
insane.
I have a really funny story, but this isn't on a Black Friday, which honestly makes it funnier / worse. I was working at a GameStop around the school I went to, and it's the only people closing are me and my assistant manager. And he tells me to go like close the gate for like how stores have those metal gates, and I
Yeah.
close the gate, but I forget to lock the actual glass door. So me and him are he's like counting the money, I'm putting things back on the shelves. And then we just hear a voice come through the little handle. Y'all open?
I've gotten that, dude.
And my manager just looks at me and like looks back and he just goes, nah. And we hear the door close. And my manager throws the money on the counter. He goes, man, what the do you think?
Yeah, dude, it's the worst part. Even working in food service, people that are like, "Are you open?" No, the kitchen closed half an hour ago because we closed in like 2 minutes. Well, if you close in 2 minutes, why is the kitchen closed?
Oh
Do
man,
you know how long it takes
people,
to
dude.
close a kitchen and like
Yeah.
how, sir, like I'm not in the wrong here.
They just don't get it. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
just don't get it. They don't get it. I've
And
had that.
customers are the worst.
Mhm.
Customers are not always right. Freaking
Like
terrible. Dude.
I'm not a bigoted person, but when I see somebody as a customer, I automatically assume they're probably less intelligent. Like customers, if customers
Yeah.
were a culture, I would be bigoted towards customers.
You also work in a department where like
I'm supposed to
people
help stupid
probably
people.
don't know what they're doing. Like I don't know shit about. Whenever you ask me when I complain about something being wrong with my computer, you're like, well, what's wrong with that? I'm like, oh, it's just not
Yeah.
working. Like I don't know.
I used the word download once, and a guy said, "Listen, don't get all technical on me, son."
Oh my gosh.
God.
Oh my gosh. That's rough.
But having worked in retail as a customer, when I am a customer, I feel stupid. I'm like I
That happened too.
don't
Yeah.
want to bother these people, you know. Like it's
Mhm.
30 minutes till the store closes. I'm not going. I'm not gonna go there, dude. Why would I go in there? It's 30 minutes till they close. They're probably getting ready to go home, dude. I'm not gonna do that. So
I'm
yeah, really.
just yeah. I'm the most apologetic person too. If I have to ask, I'm like, I'm so sorry I'm disturbing you. Like today I was at Target, I had to get something off the shelf where someone was stocking. I was like, I'm so sorry, but I just need that thing behind you. And he's like, dude, it's fine. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
I do that awkward wait for them to be done.
I know. I like try to wait because I don't want to
Just like look around, like.
But even then, Al, I feel like they feel that, and they're like, "This
Oh, yeah.
motherfucker, dude.
Just
This
ask.
Oh, yeah.
guy is freaking waiting here. I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm
don't
not
wanna
like
talk
right
this
next
guy."
to him, but it's like I'm just like, far enough away, you know,
Just
where it's
right
not like
here.
not like.
No, what's funny is when I was like 8 or 9, I wanted like a certain game for Christmas, and my mom was like, just go in Walmart and see if they have it, and I'll go buy it for you or something. Or maybe it was a game I was buying on my own. I really don't remember. But I'm looking around, and like I see a worker, but like I'm a 9-year-old, I'm like, I don't want to talk to them. So I'm just looking up and down the video game aisle, and then I keep looking at him, and he's like, son, just come here and ask me the question. I know you're looking for shit.
Whatever you need to know, just come ask me. Stop wandering.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I
bad
used to
on
get that
them
with
too, you know.
dogs, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also like it makes you feel
There's a
weird when
dog
somebody clearly needs something, but they're not asking you, and you're just like, I promise I'm not mean. I promise.
Yeah. Because the reality is, I think like 90% of customers, I don't think of any which way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then there's like the 9% that suck ass, and there's like the 1% that's cool.
You
That's
always
true.
have those ones that you're like, I like you.
I had a
You
guy
come
buy me
in here a
cookies
lot.
once. When I was working at GameStop, he was trading in like a shit ton of Skylanders, which took forever.
Mhm.
Because we just had to find them in the binder because they were from even if he could have 4 of the same ones, but they were from a different generation, which was a different SKU.
Wow.
Mhm.
Took me like 30 minutes when I was supposed, and I like stayed past my shift, and he just was like, I'm gonna go to Subway real quick. So we had a Subway near my GameStop, and he goes back, he's like, here, I got you cookies. I was like, you're fucking cool.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I feel like Subways are always by GameStops. I feel like that's a Subway and GameStop has some
The
sort of relationship.
demographics
You know what
are
I mean?
weirdly close.
Yeah, because I had a
My fa-
Subway right next to my GameStop as well when I worked at it. Right next to
My
it.
favorite is when I was waiting tables, and tables would be taking like 20 years, and my shift was ending, and the new wait staff was coming in, and I would go up and very passive aggressively be like, "Well, my shift's over, so here's your new server. They're going to be the ones who are bringing you out. If you need anything else, please grab them, not me."
I feel
And
like
just be like, "Bye."
the reason why I wouldn't be like, oh, that's a hint is like hypothetically, I could have came in and gotten sat 10 minutes before your shift ended.
Yes, I'm only passive aggressive to the ones that I know have been there for like 2 hours, and I
Yeah.
can't get another table in my section
Mm.
because you won't leave. It's why I'm such a psycho when we go out and I'm like, we're done eating, we need to go. Like, we've been sitting here for like half an hour past like paying our bill. We need to go now because like, unless it's like a diner at
Oh, yeah,
like
I was
2
gonna say
a.m. and
unless
then
it's
I
our
don't
order,
care.
yeah, at our local diners, we've
Because they're so big, and like when we're going, it's later, so they're not getting as many tables anyway, so I don't care. But like
They're
at
also
actual restaurants, I'll
shit-faced.
be like, I need to get out of that too. I need to get out of here so that they can get another table and get more tips. This podcast is going so many places.
So many
It
places.
has.
We've touched on charcuterie boards, me joining the Macy's.
Charcuterie?
Yeah, he keeps
Charcuterie?
saying charcuterie. It's
How's it? Wait,
charcuterie.
is it? I thought that was.
Charcuterie.
It's French. The French don't
Yes.
make a ch sound. It's sh.
I feel like I've heard people
Charcuterie.
say it the way I'm saying it, and
You
that's where I
can
They
learned.
probably
charcuterie
say,
if you
are
want.
they American?
I think.
Then they're probably also saying it wrong.
Oh,
They,
okay. So, like, but what I'm saying is like, I don't sound like I'm Mormon. I'm not pronouncing it like charcuterie. Like I'm not like way off base.
Charcuterie. Say charcuterie. Say charcuterie from now on.
Charcuterie, yeah, charcuterie.
A charcuterie board.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's a
lord.
good one.
All right. Well,
All right,
Nice
wrap it
little-
up. Wrap it up.
Yeah,
Nice one.
on that note.
well, I hope everybody listening to this has a wonderful Thanksgiving and a non-violent Black Friday. This has been the Shared Screens podcast, and we'll see you guys next time. Follow us. Remember to like and subscribe. See you next
And
time.
follow Gino.
And follow
Yes.
Gino on everything that he does, because he's amazing. And it's going to get me to be the leader of the Big Jubilee.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.